Yo, yo, yo! Here we are on this glorious Freestyle Friday with the wonderful Nisrine. I don't know how to say your last name, but hello.
It's
How are
Masri.
you? Huh?
Good. It's Masri.
Masri. Awesome, awesome. JB, what's up, bro? Cephas, how are you today?
What's up? Trying to stay warm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll tell us why here in a minute, I'm sure. Mr. Hound, what's crack-a-lackin' pimping?
Same shit every day, brother. Ready for this snow to be out of here.
I know that's right. You said it was starting to snow earlier again, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, dude. It's been flurrying all day, and last night we just got a bunch of ice falling, so people are driving like idiots, slipping and sliding around. It's a good time out here.
That's what's up, man. You know what else is going to cause snow? A snowfall full of money is lanerunner.com, because when you need those awesome freight rates that are updated continuously throughout the day by the platform users, get that accurate data, run those lane reports, lanerunner.com.
Welcome to the future of trucking with Lane Runner. Up to the minute, trustworthy spot market freight rates. Experience real-time, full truckload spot market rates at your fingertips. Stay ahead with our advanced rate alert system, ensuring you never miss a market move. Gain insights with our detailed high and low paying lane reports. Make informed decisions with comprehensive market reports tailored for your business needs. Lane Runner, accurate, real-time spot market freight rates at your fingertips. Efficiency, reliability, and profitability all in one platform. Join Lane Runner today and take your logistics to the next level. Spot market, spot on.
Ooh-wee! You know, son of a gun. Boy, I do it all the freaking time, man.
I think that's 3 times in a row.
I know, dude. I think it is too. All right. You know, one of the things that we absolutely love doing the most here in the lounge is chilling. And who else is going to have you chilling is Shoreline Capital. They're going to have you chilling with all them stacks of money in your hand because you got those invoices. Send them over. They're going to fund you in 24 hours. Again, just be chilling at the house, counting their dollar bills. Woo-woo! Mr. Dahl, how you doing, good sir? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Now we can truly find out how horrible, good everybody's day was. Nisrine, we will start with you. How was your Friday?
Amazing. Just an amazing Friday, just one day closer to Saturday. And I work on Saturdays too, so I'm not sure I'm super excited, but yes, I'm super happy. Friday's my favorite day of the week.
Mine too. And I was just about to say, before you corrected yourself, I was like, man, it must be nice to be in logistics and not work on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Thanksgiving.
Work all the time.
JB, how's your day going, man?
Let's see. I finally got done last night around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and woke up this morning to a trailer that didn't have any lights. So I had to wait on breakdown for half the day, and we're finally rolling in the cold. So,
Hell yeah. Let's go. Broken trailers.
Positive note, didn't have to pay for the trailer. So awesome.
That's the beauty of being on that contract you're on, brother.
Oh, man. Love it.
Is it snow on the ground where you're at?
There is snow on the ground. It's not snowing currently, but most of that stuff's pretty much done for the day. So right now it's just cold, and the roads are nice and clear, so we're just trugging along.
That's what's up. That's exactly what I was about to ask next, is how them roads looking. Mr. Howe, what has the day had in store for you?
A bunch of loads getting pushed to Monday that will probably get pushed to Tuesday and then to Wednesday because a little bit of ice on the road is going to ruin everybody's day. But, it's just another beautiful day in logistics, and happy to be here in the lounge, man. Been a long week, that's for damn sure.
It has been a long week, hasn't it, bro?
Just dragging along.
Dude, it
Can't
has.
go outside and frolic in the flowers without getting some frostbite,
I think it has been the weather, even though like down here in Texas or where I'm at, Central Texas, like it was cold, but like it was sunshine almost every day. And
Dude, I
here's
talked to you yesterday. It was 60 degrees. It was
yes, I was just
fucking
about to say.
25.
I was just about to say how crazy. Like we were like in the teens on Monday, the 20s on Tuesday, and the 30s on 40s on Wednesday, and then yesterday it was like 71. I was like, what the fuck? And then now today it's like, what is it right now? It's 40. It's like, what the
That
hell?
sounds
Dude?
like Tennessee. If you don't like the weather today, wait till tomorrow.
I swear, Texas like detaches itself from the planet sometimes when it's cold for a while. And it's like, okay, we got to warm ourselves up, and it flies its own self closer to the sun for a day or something. Like it is like, how do you jump 30, 40 degrees, you know what I mean, overnight and then drop 40 degrees? It's just the crazy.
That's because everyone's driving like crazy. They're like, yeah, craziness. Let them go back to normal.
Yeah, yes, that's.
They got to go to the house.
I used to hate driving in DFW traffic. Oh my God! Like Houston is bad, but DFW is freaking bad too, man. And it's one of those places just like Houston and other big cities, I guess. You can't get anywhere without using a highway, like nowhere. You know what I mean? You make me go to the corner store, maybe the grocery store, but you want to go anywhere besides that, you're jumping on an interstate, and
yeah,
it is wall-to-wall traffic every day, all day. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, yeah. But the week was long. I don't know. Mine was okay. You know, a bunch of stuff, kept having to roll loads because of the weather. I just so happened to have all my stuff coming out of the freaking place where all this horrible weather is going on. So, you know, whatever. Such is life. Tonight, our special guest, and someone I met in a Facebook group that I have. As I put in my flyer today, a woman warrior in logistics has an incredible story. Again, like I said in my flyer, she is dominating another male-dominated industry, and she is trying to take over what she's doing. Welcome the super intelligent, smart, amazing, self-taught coder, Nisrine.
Thank you.
I like that beat.
I love that. You had me blushing.
I'm glad.
you.
I'll send it to you. You can use it. You're very welcome. Very welcome.
That was awesome.
The floor is yours, ma'am. And if you want to share anything, any visual content, just hit the present thing down there at the bottom, and you can share whatever you want if you so choose.
Sure. Okay. So I've got a video. I can share it. It's one of the first videos that we actually put together almost a year ago. So we've had a bunch of more features that are not featured on this video, but this is kind of a small intro. Let me share my screen and present that.
JB, I don't know if you read the flyer, man, but she's in the household goods side of the industry, dude. And I don't know, I think that stuff's pretty cool. A lot of people don't realize what all goes into to moving other people's shit from one place to another.
Oh yeah, it's a good lucrative market, man.
It's exciting. So all right, here it is.
Nisrine, this is what you're showing here.
Dispatch board. The first dispatch board built for the moving industry.
Nisrine, we can't see it. You're not sharing. Yeah, this is the window. This is the window you're sharing.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
You just clicked the wrong one. That's all.
Okay. Present.
Here, hold on. We'll be no. I don't want to remove her from the studio. You have to remove the window down here at the bottom.
Present and slide. We're doing slides.
Here, I'll kick this from the studio.
Let me stop.
I think
She got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, hold on, because I think it's gonna kick her out.
About to boot the guest. That'd be first.
That would be horrible. Kick myself out. Okay, let's try this one more time. Share screen. Share entire screen window. Let's see window. Let's see here.
Totally unprepared, Nisrine. Totally.
Well, I'm not.
You know what we're gonna do?
We should have had a StreamYard. We should have had a StreamYard session.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, here we go. Here we go. Rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling.
All right. Let's go.
There it is.
The dispatch board built for the moving. We are connecting moving companies, carriers, and brokers nationwide with live loads. 24/7. Movers Dispatch Board always provides loads in real time. Easily post and search for loads in minutes. With targeted searches, find the loads you need. View loads in list. Grid format view. Movers Dispatch Board has an easy-to-navigate platform to interline or broker loads. Negotiate and request loads and check company DOT rating. Never miss an opportunity. Click to view load details. Send messages directly from the platform. We simplify dispatching, allowing you to assign loads to drivers, upload bill of ladings and inventory, rate driver and company performance, and set up automated load notifications, saving you time and money so your trucks never run empty. Movers Dispatch Board is the #1 industry solution with multiple subscription options, no long-term contracts, and a 30-day free trial. Choose the Elite plan and access an unlimited number of loads. Register today at moversdispatchboard.com to start your free trial.
All right, there it is.
Rock and roll.
Stop presenting. Awesome. Okay, so that's a little bit about Movers Dispatch Board, and tell you a little.
Rob, you're on mute.
I was like, you're on mute. I see you. I was like, is this something I'm doing? I can't hear you.
No, it's okay. My audio was in Spanish. So we want to hear your story. Like, tell our people what you told me.
Okay, so here's my story. Story starts back when I was in my 20s. Back the first career, worked for a construction company, did sales with them for several years. And then I got out of that and got into third-party logistics for a company out of the Fourth area. I won't mention the name. Pretty good company, but they didn't give me the opportunity I wanted to. There was something I wanted to do for them, which was sales. You know, I'm a salesperson at heart. Like that's my trade. And I got into it not really knowing anything about logistics, nothing about any of it. Just walked in, just knowing that I'm a salesperson, I can sell anything. So they said, no, you know what, we can't put you in sales, but we'll put you in a customer service position. I said, okay, fine, I'll do customer service. I knew I was going to work my way up into sales, no problem. So I did that for a little bit. I think it was probably maybe 6 months. And then they moved me into international shipping. And then I moved into accounting and started rating shipments and just kind of moved around. And then I just kind of lost the passion of actually even just being there and decided to start a moving company with my partner, who I still run a moving company part-time with. And I was 23, 24 maybe. Did that for 21 years. And that's how I got into household goods. That's how I learned the household goods industry. You know, I kind of had a background in third-party logistics, but got into household goods, and that's literally how everything came about to Movers Dispatch Board. The ideas of the operation, just knowing the back end. And I've always kind of been somewhat of a, interested in software and, the techie side of things. But that was the core foundation of getting to Movers Dispatch Board, was the freight experience that I had for a short period of time. And what I told you over the phone, which is really funny because I laugh about it all the time. Part of the reason why they didn't land me in sales is I just didn't look like sales girls. And I laugh about that because, they're all Dallas girls, blonde hair, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have any of that stuff. I didn't fit the profile. So I was just like Lebanese curly hair, not their ideal sales girl, which was fine. I kind of laugh at it now because I okay, you guys didn't give me an opportunity. You kind of lost someone that could have been really a good asset for you. But it helped me, it helped build the character of who I am today, which is I never really give up. I'm always striving to do my best as far as career and, advance. And that's really super important for me. So that's kind of my background.
That's amazing. But leave it to a Dallas company to not put anybody but a product of Jerry Jones on the sales floor as a woman.
I was like,
that's wild.
I mean,
But
like,
that's an amazing
what?
story, though.
It's kind of funny, but it's what happened, and it's okay.
Hey,
but
look at you now. Who's laughing?
exactly.
Probably not them cats.
That's what I kind of say now. But that's okay.
Nisrine, I assume that the way that Movers Dispatch came along is out of a necessity, and what I mean by that is, majority of our industry, what we do, everybody uses load boards, DAT, internet truck stop, trucker path, so forth, so on. Personally, I don't even know where you would go to find household loads. For the most part, everyone that I've known that does it, they work for a company, you know what I mean? And that company provides everything. So would that assumption be right? Like there's nothing out there that does this or no great product?
Yeah, there's not a product out there that does what I'm doing right now. So there's a lot of freight boards out there that do general freight, but household goods is a whole nother service because we're not doing dock to dock. It's with the interlining portion of it, you're typically picking up at someone's warehouse because in the moving and storage, you pick up a shipment, and unless you're doing like a live load where you pick up at someone's home and you take it straight to their home if they're ready for delivery. But a lot of times when you pick up a household goods shipment, they're not ready for delivery right away. They maybe haven't found where they're moving to. They have to be out of a place at a certain time, but they don't know where they're going to just yet. They need storage. So a lot of these shipments will come into the warehouse and they'll sit for a short period of time or several months. It just kind of depends on the client. And then from there, it's interlined. We do a lot of interlining. So for example, if we're running a shipment that's 200 cubic feet to Seattle, Washington from Dallas, it makes no sense to run, a semi or a straight truck. Obviously you're losing money if you're doing that. If you could justify a whole trip for the driver with several loads, but that works out. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way because all of your clients in household goods are moving to different cities, different states. They have different size shipments and they all have different timelines when they want their stuff. So the dispatching part of it's a lot more difficult where we're general freight, you've got set times when a product's ready to go from point A to point B. It's easy, warehouse to warehouse, but household goods, think about all the service that happens when you get there. The blanket padding of furniture, disassembly, loading, a lot of the drivers are involved with that too, is most of the time the driver is the job foreman. So it's more labor intensive too than freight.
Does like white glove service, does that kind of fall under the same category as household goods?
Yeah, so in household goods, when we consider something being a live load, it's basically something that you show up to someone's house and they're ready to load up and they're ready to be delivered within a matter of a day or two, depending on where they're being picked up and delivered. So we consider that a live load where you're loading and taking straight through to the destination, where the majority of other shipments are coming into a warehouse because that client's not ready for delivery yet. So Movers Dispatch Board solve that problem of you pick up a load and they're not ready for delivery yet, and now you want to interline because maybe you don't have the cubic footage to fill out your entire truck. Another situation that happens is now you're coming back home. So let's say you do have a full truckload going out to Seattle. What do you bring back? Who's your sales team, booking jobs from the West Coast, bring them back to Texas? You don't have the connections of bring the loads back. If you're van line affiliated, typically you're running in the van line family. So they'll exchange loads from one van line to another, not within the same network. But if you're operator or independent, how do you bring loads back if you're not running a sales team?
Totally.
I've heard all kinds of. I've heard companies tell me that they rent a truck, they'll have their driver drive there, and then drop their truck off and drive back home. You know, I've heard that story. I've heard household goods being interlined on freight, where they have a freight company pick them up. They put them on lift vans, and then use a freight company to pick them up, drop them off at a terminal somewhere, and then do destination services that way. So I've never been involved in that situation where we put them in a lift van and did that, transfer freight that way. Mostly it's been on trucks.
Have you dealt with hold on real quick, Rob? So I used to be like huge in drayage. I still am. I love it. But I came across a company a couple years ago that did household good stuff for like soldiers, and they would pack containers and ship it overseas, and that was like super interesting to me. Like, and that's all they did. Is that something that you guys deal with as well? Helping arrange, like say I'm here in Nashville, I'm moving to Italy in a month, but I got to be out. I'm going to be stationed.
So you could actually post a load on there for someone to do a pickup. So we call it an interline pickup on the platform on the load board. So you could actually have someone do a load for you onto a container. I'm familiar with how those work too for international, because I did international shipping for a while. The couple of things that you guys mentioned earlier that work in my video that I'm working on right now is load tracking. So we'll have load tracking probably in the next 6 months, to where we'll have a system in place to where you do interline a shipment, you can actually track the load. So that's something we're going to have. Another thing too is that you are able to rate carriers and brokers and moving companies that you work with. So that way, if you do have a bad experience, you can post that on there, because nobody wants to work with a bad driver. And something that we'll have in the next 6 weeks, 6 to 8, I always give it an extra 2 weeks because sometimes development takes a little bit longer, but 6 to 8 weeks, we'll have a situation where we'll be able to escrow payments. So that way, when you're working, with a new carrier or a new moving company, you don't have to worry about the money situation, because with household goods, there's a COD balance typically that the driver is collecting on behalf of a company. And so, for example, it could be a $5,000 balance, but you only owe the transporter, or the carrier $2,000. Now there's $3,000 balance back to you that's owed. So we'll have a system in place to where you can escrow that $3,000 once it's confirmed delivered. It'll, pay the company back the money. So,
Nisrine, can on this board, are like drivers, carriers, are they able to rate or counter offer on a posted rate or price that is on your board?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have nothing to do with the actual rates that get posted on there. It's all whoever posted. So for example, if you're a moving company and you've got a 200 cubic foot load that you're wanting someone to transport for you, you put the rate that you're wanting to pay on there, that you're wanting to pay someone. And let's say I'm interested in that load. I can send you a message and say, hey, would you take blah, blah. You can send them a message and request anything that's set in stone. That's negotiated between you and whoever has it posted.
No, that answered my question right there, because the way the load boards that majority of us use, unless it's like a broker one, most of them you have to call or email, you know what I mean? You can't just message right through the platform, hey, this is my counter offer. I'll say there are some larger brokerages that on our side that they have that. And I used to love it when I was a carrier, because I could just rate on a load, you know what I mean? And then just watch for it to update and say, hey, here's a reply to it. So I like that. That's a really good feature. Darn, Hunter kind of asked one of the questions that I was going to ask with that military stuff. So the people that are posting on your board, are they all moving companies, or are there does your side of the industry have freight brokers like we do? Like they call moving companies, they get contract. Really?
Absolutely. So our brokers are a little bit different. So with brokers in the moving industry, what they're doing is they're booking moving jobs. So it's nothing but a sales office that's booking jobs for people who are moving. So they run nothing but a sales team. They don't own any trucks. They don't operate any trucks. Basically, what they do is they're just a sales team that book moving jobs and then broker them out to moving companies who are actually doing the transportation of the actual job altogether. They have to have a different set of licensing through the FMCSA. They'll have to have a broker license and a bond. But our platform is open to them. With the broker subscription, they're only able to post jobs. So they can't select jobs that are on there for interlining purposes, because obviously they don't have trucks, so they don't have permissions for that. And then vice versa on if you have a carrier profile or a moving company profile, you can't broker jobs out on the platform unless you create a broker subscription. So just because they're two different things.
So that actually brings me to a question for the carrier side. What do you have to have for your platform, and I guess actually in your industry to sign up? Like, do they have to have an MC number, or can it just be like Hunter and I? You know, we've got a freaking 26-foot box truck. We open the logistics lounge, moving company, transportation company, and then we could just go on your platform. Like, what is that situation like?
So yes, you have to be licensed. That's a really big thing. I've been in the industry for so long, and I don't want any unlicensed operators on the site. So I feel like the people who are legit, that are out there doing what they need to, carrying the insurance they need to, with insurance rates being so high right now, and having the DOT licensing that they need to. That's really what I want on the load board. So if someone's unlicensed, they can't really create a profile, because part of the profile process is they have to input their information. So they have to have an MC number, US DOT number. We are open on the platform for both interstate moving as well as intrastate moving. So if there's a broker on there that wants to do the intrastate stuff, I've got a broker on there right now who posts a lot of intrastate stuff. So it's open to where you can put your licensing. And then we're working on our API. We should have it done in the next couple of weeks, where we're integrating with FMCSA's open calls. So that way, when we do have someone register, it'll pop up their profile from FMCSA is safe for split.
Well, that's nice. We, if you want to add some additional layers or services to your platform along the way, I mean, stay connected with Hunter and I. I mean, you just go back and watch some of the shows and just see who the guest is. I mean, we've had people on here that do tracking. I mean, folks that do carrier verification. We had a guy on last night that does it. Jared Ross in carrier check. So, as you want to add those things, as you mentioned, safer, and there's a lot of other things out there that take that a step further that I think could, and it's just me, add additional security and value to the people that use your thing. So if you think about anything you want to add, just reach out to Hunter and I.
Matt Clark's your tracking guy, though.
Yeah,
Matt Clark's your tracking guy.
Dude, it would be perfect for them, wouldn't it, Hunter? For the moving industry.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Get your little thingy this big and put it in the couch. Won't ever lose.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to do for the tracking. So I wanted to do load tracking. So whoever's interlining the shipment just put a little tracker into the load.
I'm gonna mess with Matt right now. Sorry to
put
cut
him
you
on the
off,
show. I know, you're good.
Sweet.
See, I love talking to people, because every time I talk to different groups of people and that's where I've gotten a lot of the additional features and stuff. Is I had a lot of clients and moving company owners that I talked to, and they're like, hey, we really need a solution for this. We really need a solution for this. And just, okay, no problem. We'll work on it. We're going to put it in our pipeline.
So question about like the licensing and everything that comes into it. So true story, a few years ago, I was moving out of my house and I just didn't want to deal with it. I had all kinds of heavy ass furniture, but I was just moving across town. So I went on Craigslist and I found a couple dudes that came over and picked it up, and they charged me like $250 or $300 for 2 hours. Do they have to have a license for that, like an MC number or like any kind of stuff to legally move my freight? Or I mean, I say freight, but like
No.
Like if they
The
want
guy-
to be on yours and there's like local runs, is that something
Well,
that they
I
can
mean,
do?
if you have to have, okay, if they're operating as a moving company and advertising, if they're advertising as a helper, then no. But if they're advertising
Okay, so
as
there's a difference between a moving company and a helper. Like
Yeah,
I have a trailer and a truck. Like I'll come and move your shit for you.
yeah, like if okay, but they weren't operating their own truck and you didn't put your stuff in their truck, they just came out and helped you with your
I
stuff.
don't know. It was on
I
Craigslist.
don't know either. No, maybe I'm not gonna ask too many questions.
Oh, wait, where's Leffler when you need him? We need Matt Leffler on here. He'd probably know.
Hunter,
It's our free lawyer.
Hunter just I touched on exactly what I was about to ask. Was about what type of do you have to have a license to be your self mover? Also we talk about insurance a lot on this show because I mean people don't insurance is confusing to folks. Carriers don't know what they need, brokers don't know what they need. So like what levels of insurance do you need for household goods? I know on FMCSA you have to check that little box to do it, but
Yeah.
what do the insurances look like? Specifically, could you let me know that?
Yeah, well, I mean, so you obviously have to have cargo insurance. That's a big one there. And with household goods, it's a different policy. So not every insurance carrier carries a household goods policy. So that has to be just they have to know that you're hauling household goods. It's different because with our they have different levels of coverage too that they have to know about. There's like full value replacement coverage, which covers the shipment to replace the entire thing if something happens to it. Or there's the carrier's basic liability, which is 60 cents per pound. That's all we're legally liable for purchase any additional coverage, and we can't even call it insurance to the customer. But with FMCSA on the interstate level, I don't want to speak on the state level because each state has different regulations, and I'm only familiar with Texas because I'm operated out of Texas for the local side. But on the interstate level, 750,000 was the minimum policy that you had to have. So, to answer your question.
No, that actually did answer my question. So I mean, it's kind of pretty much mirrored, just with that household goods additional little coverage. Hunter had asked a question earlier. I think you had misheard what he said, but it was again something else I was going to ask. Part of the moving industry I know is someone who does furniture. Hunter had asked about the white glove stuff. Like, do you have people on there that's put loads and say, hey, this is a crate of a Van Gogh painting, that needs to be moved? And you think that's a crazy question, but there are people out there that are moving Van Gogh painting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that falls under like the high value. Because
Speaking of Van Gogh paintings, Indy trucker
yes.
moved a Van Gogh painting. Where's it? Cheer. Oh yeah.
All right, sorry, Nisrine, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So the customer has to declare anything that's value is over $100 per pound if they take the full value replacement coverage. So if they are moving a Van Gogh painting, it needs to be disclosed prior to getting on the truck because, someone could say they have a box of gold, but it could be a box of rocks, so you don't really know. So you have to inspect it. If they don't declare it, the mover's only liable for 60 cents per pound. Because we don't open up the boxes. We don't really know what's in there. So it could just be paper. It could be a bunch of money. We really don't know what's in there. So
it's like my mustache. I say it's beautiful. My wife hates it.
Nisrine, this is Matt, the blueberry farmer. He is your GPS guru.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. What kind of farmer?
No, that's I'm more of a coffee farmer because it's just water over beans.
Okay.
No, Matt, we were talking about the tracking. Matt, I don't know if you've been watching, but Nisrine is in the household good industry, and she developed a load board for that industry called Movers Dispatch. And we were talking about tracking earlier, and she was talking about things that she was going to add to her platform, and tracking being one of them. And obviously, Hunter was like, "We got to hook you up with Matt Clark because we know all kinds of people. Like, if she wants to add things to her platform, the lounge, we could help her connect with folks." And dude, the GPS tracking thing, like you would think household goods, that would be the perfect freaking industry for that type of stuff.
Yeah, so and I'm gonna have to jump. I apologize, but I saw Hunter's request, and but anyway, so my background is logistics. The last 8 years is real-time global GPS tracking. So I'm not a nerd, but when it comes to GPS tracking, I'm a nerd. I've literally tracked everything from a single jar of Nutella to giant earth like drilling machines that go to Antarctica, to the ocean, to take core samples of the earth, right? So, and whatever. So if it moves, it can be tracked. Or if it's not supposed to even move, you can still track it. So connect with me on LinkedIn. Would love to just talk and understand your use case.
We'll get her your info, Matt, for sure, broski.
All right. Hey, that's what it's about here. That's what the lounge is here for. Connections, right?
Right, bro.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Hey, Travis Kelsey mustache. Go Kansas City.
Yeah,
Nice
get
to
out
meet
of
you.
here.
Kick him out. Kick him out of the damn show.
Just say yeah.
I'm banning him.
Indy Trucker. Hey, first, while we were talking about the Van Gogh thing, Nisrine, this guy right here, like, really transported a $54 million.
Wow.
140 million.
Oh, wow.
Picasso.
Picasso, there it is.
Was it the only thing?
Dinosaur bones.
No, I had another like $500,000 painting that I picked up from a mansion there in North Vegas. I don't want to tell who it was, but they owned casinos and are major financiers of the UFC when I picked it up.
Sounds like Mr. Dana White.
No, it'd be another partner.
Or Joe Rogan.
History.
Oh, Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan.
We'll get him on the show sometime.
Yeah,
we'll get him on the show.
I hope you guys invite me back for that one.
Elon Musk is the first one we're trying to get on,
Yeah,
but Elon and show, that'd be a good show. That'd be awesome.
Hey, I don't know about Elon though. He tried to take the drivers away, so you got to think about that.
That's true.
Yeah, he's just goofing off out there. He's goofing off.
I don't care. The sheer amount of followers and viewers we would get for that show, I would let that guy do whatever he wants. I don't care, man.
Absolutely.
Streak across the screen. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want.
It can happen.
Hey, Chris, where are you at? You're 3 deep out of Loves.
Yeah, I haven't. I pulled in this Loves to get some fuel because I need a shower. I was going to go to Effingham, and then I heard that there was new management at this little bar over there. It used to have phenomenal steak, and it's went downhill. So I was like, let's scratch that and go here to Loves. So I'm in Greenup, Illinois. I'm heading out to Verona, Missouri right now. I'll deliver tomorrow. Then I'm going to ditch the trailer up at the tank wash in Kansas City and get out of this truck a couple of nights there in KC.
There you go.
Sweet. Awesome. So
As
sorry.
my Uncle Ken, I'm pulling for the Bucks, but go Packers.
Okay, Nisrine's on your side, Kent. Nisrine's on your side, bro. She or sir, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're an elder. Nisrine's on your side, sir. She's going for the Bucks
Elder.
as well. Hey, dude, he is, bro. If he's your uncle, he's an elder. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm only 29. He's like 60.
Well, he's an elder. He's old enough to be my father.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry, Nisrine. I told you.
No, don't be. You're fine.
This is just how
it's Friday. We need to have fun.
We do. Well, we'd be having much more fun if you had brought that cocktail that you promised you were going to bring.
Hey, water's life's cocktail, man.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I assume you're going to go home when you go to drop the trailer off and stuff, right? That's what you meant? Oh, no, no. What am I talking about? I'm an idiot. Sorry, bro.
No, I'll be in Kansas City, so I live in Eastern Kentucky. So now I'll be going to Holiday Inn because I'm not a cheap trucker.
Bro, he gonna be like Chingy, chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, I'm
going to the motel.
Going to Holiday Inn, Liberty, Missouri. I'll probably get out of the truck and have some real food tomorrow night. Who knows? I was hitting up a guy out there I know works for CDL Life, and maybe he'll come up and hang out. If not, that's cool.
Dude,
Figure I
that
put it out
you
there
know
in the
a
air.
guy, you gotta hook us up with them, bro. I do CDL Life freaking articles all the time, man. I like those folks. They put out some cool ass content.
Oh yeah, that's phenomenal. There's everybody that I've met over there has been pretty cool so far.
Yeah, you gotta hook us up with them. Actually, I wonder, is this what I'm doing? Dude, the news article that I forgot to do because we were so excited to talk to Nisrine. Literally, the news article I'm doing I was going to do tonight, bro. Look, CDL Life, right fucking there.
No, thanks.
Bing bong.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely nuts. We'll get to that in a minute, man. Y'all sidetracked me. I so had another question for Nisrine, and I completely forgot what the hell it was now. Oh, hey, before we start trailing off, because I already see it happening. Hey, are you willing to like pull up your board and like show us this is what it looks like? Like the video is cool and all, but like, can you show us a live view of it and show us what you've been talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Live action.
Yeah.
Live action. That's what. Yeah.
I do have a question for her while she's pulling that up. Is there any chance of integrating possible like contacts for lumpers? Like, say for example, I wanted to go start hauling household goods, but I don't have any contacts in the industry as far as getting labor help to come help move stuff. Is that something y'all are looking into possibly? Like, hey,
Yes.
also in this city we have these contacts
Yes.
for movers.
So absolutely, because that's a big problem in the industry. Currently, there's some Facebook pages out there that if there's a driver looking for labor, they post on there like, I need a driver or I need some helpers in, Dallas, Texas on this day to help unload, full semi or whatever. So I've had so many requests for this from drivers and carriers and moving companies about having a place where they could find help, local help. And so part of what we've thought about putting in place, which we haven't even started development on that because there's other things that we wanted to get done first. But the idea was to have a database of helpers who we put through a background check and have some kind of, ID validation system. So that way we know when you request help from someone that we've already screened them. So you go on there and you know that these are good vetted people that you're bringing in someone's house. So that's the key thing, is that it's really important who you pick for your help, because you're bringing them into someone's house with their personal belongings, maybe their kids, their wife, their family, whoever, their husband, whoever's there. So it's important that you're bringing someone who's not going to come back later, or someone that's going to try to take something while they're at someone's house. Does that happen?
We're trying to make sure we don't send Jeffrey Dahmer to these people's houses.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, I just want them to have a strong back and be able to make me a sandwich while they work. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that was a great question, JB. Like, bro, that is a super good question, man.
Well, so I like this topic because I've actually done, granted, probably not legally, but I did household goods twice when I first got my authority. I did one from the Bronx. We say loaded up. It was a two-stopper. One going to a farm, and then one going to an actual warehouse that they unloaded. Second one was my aunt. I moved her from Texas to the Carolinas. And I don't remember what moving company it was. I won't name them. But they wanted to charge her $8,000 to move her house from Texas to the Charlotte area. And as soon as she told me that, I said, F that. You can pay me half that and I'll do it. Because like I showed up, we loaded everything up in the back of the trailer, got to Charlotte. I went and rented a box truck with a lift gate and a ramp, and we just transferred that stuff and went and took it to her house.
Yeah.
So,
household goods is the highest paying, honestly. It's the highest paying freight out there. And it's just so labor intensive. It's hard to keep guys on for a long time too. That's a big challenge that happens in the moving industry, is it's hard to keep that labor. Nobody wants to move stuff in the Texas heat for a whole summer. They do it for one summer and they're like, I'm never coming back, So it's hard work. It's super labor intensive, and the laborers get paid pretty good. So it's not it's the most lucrative, I think.
I
Yeah,
remember.
I think
going to say that Texas to Charlotte for $8,000 with a yeah, no, that's a bargain, especially if you're talking about moving it at the same time and then doing pad wrap and all that. So yeah, you've got a lot going
Yeah.
into that load.
well, so that was $8,000 with my aunt and her son pre-wrapping everything.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
and then
yeah,
moving. But the biggest issue was the hold time. So they couldn't just immediately go from Texas to Charlotte like I could in just a matter of a day, 2 days or whatever. They had to sit there and wait. It had to sit in a warehouse, and then when they were able to have time to bring it, they would schedule a day when they would actually show up and bring it to the house. Whereas she got an advantage and a deal from me by using her nephew or whatever to do it in a quicker amount of time and get it directly there on time instead of having to wait.
Yeah, so what ends up happening, the waiting time that you're talking about is very common in the moving industry. The reason that happens is because most movers are going to consolidate. So they're gonna wait until they have a full semi. So when you book a job with a mover, you're gonna have unless you do like a live load, what I mentioned before, or do a dedicated truck where you know that truck's gonna pick you up and deliver you on a set date. If you go through a window of getting delivery, it's going to go to a warehouse and it's going to sit because they're not going to want to run a truck for just that load, especially if it's not a full load. If it's a full semi, they'll run it. If it's a full straight truck, most movers will run it, but it just depends on their operation. It just kind of varies company to company.
When I was in the Army, we went through once. Everyone in the military goes through it, but when we moved from Texas to Fort Campbell, they packed everything up, and I think it was 2 weeks before we actually got it, and that's what it was, man. They loaded it up here, take it to a holding facility, and then another guy, picked it up and several other things, and I'll never forget that day because they came at like 5 o'clock on a Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon or whatever it was, and it was this guy and his cousin or something, and he was like, all right, man, we're gonna try to get this done. We've been driving all day, and I had a townhouse, and it was nothing but stairs. It was like stairs to get up to the townhouse, and then stairs inside. And I remember helping these guys, man, do that stuff. But when we moved from Fort Campbell back to Texas, I was like, no, fuck that shit. We're moving our stuff ourselves, and it was just so much better. Here's something that shit. No, I completely lost it. Holy crap, dude! Exactly. Damn it, I completely lost it. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. So, JB had asked about the helpers for the loading and stuff.
Yes.
What about for like the packers? Like, is that something you've thought about, like putting something on there? Because for packers, I remember when we moved in the Army, they sent like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 ladies came and just literally packed up our whole house in like 3 freaking hours. Is that something you have or intend to implement on your platform?
That would fall into the labor part of it, and so that's something that we want to put in place, but it's not in the near close future of like development. Maybe within a year, but the load tracking, the escrow payments, the FMCSA verification, those will be the next big 3 for us, and then probably look at the labor side later.
Awesome. Well, when you all that stuff, if you don't have people already in mind, I'm telling you, get with us. Everything you just listed, I'm telling you, between me, Hunter, Chris here, the other guy, Matt, I promise you, we got people that could freaking help you get that stuff done.
Well, I'll definitely talk to Matt. I've talked to someone already about the load tracking, but I'd like to talk to him and see what he's got going on and see if it's a better fit. So I'm always open to better, whatever works.
Yeah, so. No doubt. I am honestly, I'm out of questions. You're just so like, oh no, I lied. Pull that load board thing up. I want to see it. I want to see it. I just want to see what it looks like.
All right, give me a second.
Chris, while she's doing that, how far into the fuel island are you?
Well, this person in front of me pulled up. They're not getting fuel. They hopped out. They run inside. They come back to their truck. Oh, they're releasing their brakes, and now they're pulling forward. They didn't get fuel. They just pulled in and blocked the entire fuel island. This is what we deal with out here all the
I
time. man.
hated that shit, dude.
That's why I never go to Love's hardly.
I used to get out my truck.
No, it's
I would
nuts.
get out my truck and walk in the Loves or the Pile, whatever, and be like, look, tell the people, tell this jackass to get out of the fuel island right now. You know, and then they always come out, I'm sorry. If you were sorry, you shithead, you would have went and parked in a parking spot. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I used to hate that shit.
I'm gonna give you all a view of the outside of the truck here, so you can watch all the shenanigans. Yeah, that person right
Beautiful.
there. You're lazy, dude.
Look,
There's
and he just
million empty spots here. All kinds of empty spots.
Damn right I'm
man.
lazy when I got to go boo-boo in a hurry.
Oh my god, man. You were something else. Dude, and you know what's so funny is I'm watching, I always watch our stuff on like YouTube and everything else to just like keep track of views and stuff. And I never noticed this, but on LinkedIn, like when you cuss, it just does a bunch of asterisks.
Oh,
I
that's
never
fun.
noticed that before. That sucks. LinkedIn, we need you to fix that. We need the actual cuss words listed, please. So, hey, Nisrine, are you going to pull this board up? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
She's working on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I had to get my glasses. I had to get my glasses out.
See, you know what? I don't. For the same reason that I am not sure whether you're looking at us or your screen, is why I don't wear glasses, because there's such a glare. You don't know if you're just staring at them or staring off at something else. JB, what state are you in now?
We're still in Jersey. We're on the Jersey Turnpike.
Oh man, I used to love the Jersey Turnpike, dude. I really did. I used to stop at that, dude. When I used to go up there to Jersey, there was a TA on the south side of the Turnpike I used to stop at. I can't remember what city it's in, but I know it's on the northbound side of the Turnpike, and then Bordentown, bro. I used to fucking hate Bordentown Petro. God, that was like one of the worst truck stops in America. It's so small in there, and even back in the day, you had to pay to park. And oh man, I hated fucking Bordentown, man.
Yep. Yeah, when I got off.
What's the point of a truck stop if you can't park trucks there?
What, JB?
I said I just crossed over from New York into Jersey when I got on with y'all.
And well, in those bigger cities, Hunter, they do it because like truck stop, man. Once you get north of like Richmond, how funny is that? Once you get north of like Richmond, bro, truck stops are far and few between, aren't they, JB?
100%.
Dude, I mean, and there's so much truck traffic up there, and even the truck stops that are there, they're small. So like the way to control the traffic and the flow is to make people pay, or you can either pay cash, get diesel, or spend like $10 or more in the truck stop. And dude, it was just absolutely crazy, man. I used to
It's a
hate
cash
that.
grab up here unless you like sneak in and get in a service plaza somewhere.
Yeah, I honestly, I used to like the service plazas, dude. Hey, if I could get in a service plaza, I would park there versus a truck stop. The only thing that sucked is you couldn't take a shower. That's something that sucked.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
It didn't feel like Ohio.
Not to interrupt you. I was going to
No,
say, I
go
have
ahead.
No,
to-
you're good. Go ahead.
Hunter, what concert you got going on?
Let me check. I just kind of have it rolling randomly. Where the hell's my remote? Oh, this is Humphreys McGee.
What do you play these on? YouTube or something?
Yeah, bro. This is what I do all day. You know.
No, I mean I was just
You
asking,
do
like, you know,
music,
I mean,
bro.
they're just like endless.
I frequent the YouTube, man. You know me. I'm a music junkie. These are all concert posters behind me, and my Bobcat right there. He chills. He's my security.
Wait, who are you going to see in Vegas? You're going to see a band in Vegas, aren't you?
Going to see Fish at the Sphere.
That's crazy shit, bro. Fish. That is
I'm about to lose my mind.
I can't believe, man, that's nuts, dude. Fish. I never listened to their music, but they're an old band, man. God, they've been around since
like '83.
Yeah, but I was gonna say early '90s. That's when I first remember hearing them. But damn, that's quite a while, man.
Yeah,
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Neither do I. That's so bad.
No, they're
I'm like,
they
goldfish? What? What are we talking about? Aquariums?
They weren't like super big. Like on top 40, they had like maybe one or two songs, but like Hunter's real big into the what's the genre, Hunter?
Jam bands, just like
Yeah.
it's like Grateful Dead, but you know they're children essentially.
I'm gonna have to look it up after this.
Yeah, they're
You might judge me, but it's fun.
Never.
Them Widespread Panic's home though. They're like the Allman Brothers of our generation, I'll say.
Who?
Widespread
What
Panic.
happens if someone can see if you want to take a look? I pulled up the stage site so you guys can kind of see. I'm trying to show you.
You need to
around.
put it on the screen.
All right,
Yeah,
let me
right.
share it. All right.
Oh, hey, look, the dumbass moved.
I got Indy on mute because his truck was making noise.
All right. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the stage site, not the actual live site. But this gives you an idea of kind of what it would look like if you were on there. So what we've done recently is on the subscription model, it's free to post loads or to post trucks on the truck board. If you have a paid subscription, that's when you can see who the company is, who posted the loads. So for example, if you see something that you're interested in, obviously all this is fake stuff. None of these are real loads. But for example,
I was about to ask who's paying $222,000 for 50-something miles.
This is all part of the testing stuff.
I'm
that
in the
goes
wrong
on.
business.
So that's all.
Book that load for me.
Let me book it right now. So this is just all fake stuff right now. But if you were to see something, you can click, like, let's say you're interested in this, you hit view detail, and it'll give you back-end information on the load. Tells you, Siri, be quiet. Siri's trying to talk to me on the watch.
She's got things to say.
Yeah, she said she didn't understand. So, but that shows you for this one that's popped up right now, it's a broker load. So basically, it's just telling you that the broker total charges on this move were $500. The broker took a $5 commission. Basically, whoever does this move, which is the pickup and delivery, is getting paid $495. It's 5 cubic feet, which is a box, a medium box. So when you're interested in the load, you hit this little button here, and then you can send whoever this company here a message and then hit request. They get a prompt by email as well as on their platform that someone's requested this load, and then you can negotiate. And now on their end, they'll have to release it. Once they release the load, there are documents that are attached to the shipment that will pop up on your side, which for this one would be an estimate. So if I go back, we also have a truck board. So if you have a truck that's running, you can actually select where what state your truck's going to be in, city, the dates, where the truck's going. You're willing to go anywhere, or if you're going to a specific city and state, you can put that. And then what's your available space, cubic feet or weight, whichever. Some companies do weight, some work off cubic feet, but you can put both of those on there. And then once you publish that, it'll pop up on our truck board. And there's alerts on that as well. Load board, you can, set different parameters to view: origin cities, radiuses, load types as far as a pickup, delivery, or a broker load. Moving types if you're looking for intrastate or interstate stuff. Minimums and maximums for cubic feet and weight, pickup dates, delivery dates. So it's pretty cool. On the loads tab, it's just mostly like reporting type stuff. And then little hamburger area here has where you can add additional users, drivers, our trust badge program, which if you become a trust badge member, basically validate your information on a monthly basis and just make sure that everything's legit. Alert settings, you can kind of set your settings there. Oh, the cool thing about our message center is that when you do request, send message about a load. If you go in our message center, it keeps the messages separated by loads. So that way each load that you've communicated with someone about is separated based on that specific load. So that's really cool. So that way it doesn't get confusing what you were talking to someone about. And we've got a direct support center to submit support tickets. We've got a YouTube channel with support videos. Obviously managed subscriptions. You can mass import loads through Excel. We also were on Zapier for integrations with different moving CRMs. So we're working on one right now with a big CRM provider in our industry. And dashboard just kind of shows you overall like how many loads you've posted, how many loads you've accepted, how many registered users, and how much cubic footage or weight you've posted. Super simple to use. We don't have an app, but we are web, obviously phone friendly, and whatever web browser you're using, whether iPad or iPhone or Samsung. So,
Nisrine, you may have answered this. I've had to avert my attention a few times. So, can I book a load directly from here, or do I need to pick up the phone or send an email or what?
No, you book it directly from here. So this is where if you're interested in this load, you can either click like the link here and request the load straight from here.
Okay.
Yeah, you request it straight from here, and then it sends whoever posted the load a request. So they get an email. If they've turned on their phone alerts, they get a text message or email message. Well, they get, either one, whatever alerts they've set up to, because you can, set up your alerts through the alert center.
And from
go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Nisrine. I cut you off. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just saying you don't have to go offline to book it. You can stay on platform. The key is we wanted to be able to stay on platform to book, so that way all of the communication stays where you can track it later through the reporting system.
And once I book this, I can I send my driver, like, say I'm, a dispatcher for, at a company or whatever for my driver. Can I send them like all of the information for the load directly?
Yes.
Platform? Yeah.
What I need to do is I need to log in onto another profile and show you like the opposite side where someone requests what ends up happening is it sends a request to whoever posted the load. And then when it's accepted, that company can assign it to a driver. That's why we have driver logins where you can add your drivers, and then that way your driver gets the information. So with interlining pickup and delivery, let me show you kind of on the create a post side. It's kind of cool. So you select basically if you're doing an interline pickup or delivery, and then you put in all of the origin information. We try to simplify it because some people don't want to, if they want to do it super quick, they don't want to put all the information in, but you can put a lot of detail in here as far as like origin information, because with household goods, there's so much involved as far as like, where is it being picked up out of? Is there an elevator? Are they going to have to hoist anything? Shuttles? Is there access for the delivery, long carries, stairs? If there's any preferred times, all that we've left as optional information. But one thing down here is part of the here is that you can upload the bill of lading and inventories. All that stuff is kept private until a job's actually assigned to someone. So we hold back a lot of the private information, like client information and stuff. It's all kept private until you say, okay, I'm giving this load to a carrier. So that way it's not open and people know whose loads you have and stuff. So that's kept private.
I like that. That you have both sides of it, and they're completely integrated. I mean, there's the load boards on our side, again, unless they're broker specific, you can book a load on DAT or ITS, but you still have to go through a process to get all the damn Raycon information. I
was about to say, I'm a huge fan of an all-in-one package deal. Yeah. That makes life so much easier. I hate chasing paperwork.
Yeah, and the thing is that I know a lot of the problems is I've talked to a lot of people in the industry as well as me being in it. even the money part of it, of like collecting the charges and making sure that you're going to get paid and having to chase someone. Sometimes, like we would have in the moving company, we would have had someone that owed us $500. And, you think as a business owner, $500 really isn't a lot of money. But if you have, 10 or, 10 different companies that all owe you $500 and they're owner operators, and you just don't get your money back, that adds up. And then you're trying to chase people for money. That's tedious, time consuming. And that's a big concern a lot of people have, is how do I know I'm going to get paid? So especially on a platform like this, they can start out knowing that their money's secure.
That is what's up. I like it, Nisrine. I do. I've never been in the household goods industry. I have one friend, Casey. He started out in the household goods industry, and he did it for like 2 years. Just what his thing. He was like, man, it's just a real big pain in the ass, and so forth, so on. So, but I as a person that is into logistics as a whole, these little niche industries interest me because, everybody just thinks, hey, you find a load from someone, you put it on a board, find a carrier, you book a carrier, and that's the end of it, and with these industries like yours, there's a lot of logistics that goes into it. There's calling the moving company, having them come out, give you a quote. Once they give a quote, you accept it. There's having them set up the packers coming out. And I don't know what it looks like as the industry as a whole, but usually the movers don't come the same day. It's the packers, then the movers come a few days later. Your shit gets picked up. If it's, a half a truck or a quarter truck, like Nisrine said, it goes to some type of facility, and then it gets shuffled around in the network. And I will say that one of the things that my buddy had told me was a real big pain in the ass is that although he worked for one company, like they would obviously do moves for others. So I believe he worked for Mayflower or Allied, but they used to like partner and pick up shipments from, other large moving companies and stuff. And, he said that was just a big thing, was companies intertwining with each other and doing business with each other, and shipments getting picked up, taken to some random place, and having to deal with all that stuff. And so this is, I don't know, like I said,
totally happens. It happens every single day in household goods. And that's part of the reason why I put this together, was there was no real area where people could actually do this on a legit level. Because even like during COVID, it was so hard. We turned down so much business because we didn't have enough drivers, and we didn't have enough people to transport and do all of our jobs. And I thought, had I developed this prior to COVID, we probably could have, not turned away so much business. But that was a big thing. There weren't enough drivers to transport everything that we had. So the household goods industry was doing really good at that time. It's a little slow now. Everyone's kind of struggling now because of interest rates and stuff.
Yeah, I almost got into the moving industry when I first got out of the truck and got out of college and stuff. With coincidentally, it was a place in Arlington off of Airport Freeway, Nisrine. I can't remember the name of the company, but the lady was really, really, really nice, and her husband was a fucking idiot. And like her, I would have loved to have worked for her. They had a weird operation. Like, she had a bunch of contractors. They were just like literally guys in DFW that I guess had trucks that showed up every day, and she sent them on like local. That was their thing, was local moves. That's all they focused on, was local moves in that area. But yeah, I didn't sorry, I didn't end up taking the job strictly because of her husband. Like, although she ran the operation, he was just a dickhead. And I was like, man, like if this guy's involved, like I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to deal with this guy right here, man.
No, yeah, I totally get that. And someone's like that. If I can't work with someone, I won't even try. If the personalities clash, it's just like, it's working with someone's almost like a marriage. You have to get along. If you don't get along, it's bad.
Very, very, very true.
You spend more time with the person you work with than your loved ones, which is kind of sad. But
That is very accurate. Well, except in my case, I work from the house, so I'm to the point that sometimes I want to get away from my loved ones. But, oh my God.
You're gonna get in trouble. She's gonna hear you.
I'm gonna tell you, man, my wife is she's something else, man. Before the show, she was in here messing with me, aggravating me. So, she works on the other side of the wall from me. So like I'll be here talking, just whether it be a hunter or my boss or whatever, and she's over there making jokes. And her new thing is although it's old, it's her new thing again, is she'll say just some stupid stuff and she'll go burn. Like it's all I hear from the other side of the damn wall all day long. It's so aggravating. It's like,
the lounge's biggest hater.
It is. She's my wife is our biggest hater. Like she's always critiquing us and saying,
"So you guys are dumb. You shouldn't do that. Why are you doing that? What are you doing?"
That's so true, bro. She is. She's our biggest hater, but she pushes us, man.
Yeah, she's the fuel that lights the fire.
Yeah, see, look,
there she is. Speaking of the devil.
No, sorry. There she is right there.
Oh Lord. Better be glad she don't have a sliding glass window in front of you, built into the wall. She just open it up and yell at you.
Dude, no, she's on the other side of the door. She could yell at me right now if she wanted to. I'm actually going to build an office in my garage so I can have some separation from everyone in my house, because my kids always bothering me. My wife's always bothering me. I need some.
Dude, those cats are in hell on you too, man. Yeah, you give me my plane tickets. I'm there for the weekend, bro.
Bro, hey, I'm telling you, it's gonna be easy. My sons and I, we've already come up with a plan of how to build it. And dude, because I've been in construction, in a lot of my younger years, and still do it as a side hustle, man. Like, it's easy. I already know how to do everything. It's a bunch of 2x4s, some damn sheetrock, some insulation, and
that's all it is.
Yeah, and some bolts to secure my shit to the concrete and a door. Oh, and I'm gonna give me an AC, like a little window unit and everything. Yeah, I already got it all figured out, man. I just gotta put it together and stuff, dude. Because where I want to build my office is currently where my shop is. So I've got to take my shop and move my shop to another side of my garage, and then I can build my office. But currently, my older son had to move back in with us because the fucking economy sucks right now. And so my garage is half full with my son's boxes and everything. So I'm gonna have to wait for that. So yeah, I'll do. Hey, Nisrine, Hunter saying this about the plane ticket. At the end of February, beginning of March, somewhere around there, I am going to be coming up to DFW to do a live demo on some really, really cool stuff. I'm not going to put it out yet, but it's going to be sick. My point is when I come up there, we got to try to connect and, do lunch or brunch or dinner.
I would love that.
Yeah, I would. And we can record some content, you know what I mean? Like a 2-minute video or something. It'll be so awesome.
Let's totally do it. Hunter, are you coming up too? Or coming down? Or
I'm just waiting on I'm in Nashville, so I'm waiting on Rob to send me my plane.
Oh my gosh, I love Nashville.
Oh yeah, Music City.
Yes, it is.
It's like New Orleans and Vegas had a baby, but without the gambling.
But it's so beautiful up there. I didn't realize.
Oh yeah, Tennessee's beautiful. Nashville's a shithole.
Oh my gosh, wow! It's so beautiful. It's so green and hilly, and just like I was impressed.
Yeah, I love Tennessee. Ain't no place I'd rather be.
Yeah, I do like Tennessee.
Indy, what are you getting into, man? Buy me some cool shit at the Loves. I love Loves, man.
I'm in here waiting for a shower, y'all.
Give me some flip flops and a little horse miniature or something like that.
Chris, let me ask you a question. Do you have shower shoes?
Do I have what? Oh, shower shoes, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Flippy flops.
Dude, I had a pair of slides from Loves that I wore for years. They were my prison shoes. I wore.
You have shower shoes, JB?
Absolutely.
Dude. Hey.
JB's got calluses, dude. That's his.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
That was
funny. Hey, I didn't even know that shower shoes was a thing in the trucker world when I got into it, but in the Army, like shower shoes is it. You know what I mean? Like, because, man, even though we clean the showers and the bathrooms every single day, like, dude, nasty ass people walk in on that thing. So you always have shower shoes, cheap ass pair of flip flops. You wear flip flops while you shower. Now it's fucking crazy, but you do. And when I got into trucking, it was just something that I immediately thought of. I was like, man, I know there's these dirty ass truckers in these showers. Like, I ain't trying to get no gangrene or no, whatever.
They're in their
waffle
waffle
on the drain.
stomping.
So yeah.
Here we got a 9-in-1 tactical pen flashlight as seen on TV for $19.99. You can use your points. Don't buy this stuff. Just use your points.
Got you.
Got a
Love's
bottle
You're
Guard.
gonna get you a gladiator helmet.
Got a.
There's
always some kinds of knickknacks at the truck stop that you don't need.
I was the king of points, bro. Like, I used to save my points up for like months at a time and like use it to buy like expensive shit and get like $200 stuff for like $20. But dude, first time I ever did it, I bought me an Army Edition Cobra LTD CB, and it was $120, bro. And I used like 100 points. King of bring the crap home. That's right.
Putting you on blast, son.
I guess where I pay for my own fuel, so I'm always just looking for where the cheapest. This was actually the cheapest. It beat out Petro in Effingham by about 8 cents a gallon. So
What was
that
your price there?
that was $12. That's $12 saved.
A crazy question, JB or Chris. Do you guys have apps that y'all use for checking fuel, like Gas Buddy or stuff like that? Like, I know everybody uses their fuel card app, but like, is there other things y'all use out there?
Mudflap, Truck Smarter, Relay is also another form to compare prices. I got RTS card. I recently got a Uber Freight card. God forbid we talk about Uber Freight, but they offered me a fuel card and they had some competitive prices. So,
well, as usual, I'm just a pampered owner operator leased to a carrier, so we get some pretty sweet discounts. Several different distributors, and they're always competing with each other. Upping the ante per se. So it's kind of nice to have that as a tool.
But
a lot of transport.
Yeah,
taking care of their own.
So I mean,
right.
do they do something like where the cheapest fuel is, Chris, or what? Or maybe you answered and I just didn't understand.
Oh yeah, so I have I think we're up with EFS. So I have a car. Have the card app through them, and I can look at my route and look ahead, see who's the cheapest. And it doesn't mean I'm always going to go there. I'm looking for parking, showers, stuff like that. But I was really running low on fuel tonight, and I wasn't sure I was going to make Effingham, to be honest. And I put on 142 gallons. That's quite a bit for me. That means I had about 18 gallons left usable before it's down there sucking air for my tanks. So I was kind of cutting her close tonight.
Gotcha. I never had that thing. I was always a company driver, so they told me where to stop for the most part until they opened up my fuel card. That I would just go wherever I wanted to. I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna stop here for the night, man. EFS is good because like everywhere accepts EFS, like all the mom and pop places, all that stuff, man. That's really good, dude.
Yeah. And maybe a couple times a year I'll get it on. I'll put it on my American Express and just whatever. If it's somewhere I just want to fuel up for whatever reason, they don't take it. Strategically planning my day and stuff like that.
Nice, Hunter. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm fucking around on LinkedIn. I was responding to a message.
Whatever. Well,
whatever. It never stops. It never stops.
It does. It never stops. Never stops. Back to Nisrine. Sorry, I told you we just trail off. People pop in, pop out. The conversation just goes wherever. That's right, babe. Hunter is never paying attention. You're right.
Can't prove that.
Oh, Nisrine, do
He
you
looks
have
serious fun.
what? And that is why I always hate on him. That's so horrible, bro. That's fine. Hunter and I have a plan. The next place he moves into, he's getting a 2-bedroom, so I can go there. We could just be bro mates.
Hey, out of curiosity, what was your pump price at the Loves?
Indy there.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. Pump price. So my price ended up being, I think, like right at 333. Like we get pretty decent discount Loves. It always seems like
cool.
when the
you're not far off from what I can get on Mudflap.
Yeah, no. I think I passed my cheapest fuel back in that Road Ranger. Road Ranger gives us a pretty good discount too. But
What?
I was going to go. I was like I said, I was going to go Petro, and I was just watching that. I was way below a quarter a tank, and I was like, or stop and get some fuel here.
What's the average price of diesel out there? Like, I mean, I have access to the government site, but what is the what are y'all seeing out there, guys? Is it like in the mid threes or what?
The national average is like 390, isn't it?
Yeah,
I want to say it's 390 or 393, something like that right now.
That's not bad, man. Like, it really isn't, dude. I think it was hovering in the upper 4s, lower 5s for a lot of places for quite some time, man.
I can rattle off a few of my lightest purchases. I got a 346 a gallon the other day. Let's see, that was in North Carolina. 311 in Ohio. Let's see, Georgia. 326 a gallon, just to name a few.
Damn, that's good. I used to know a guy, dude. He used to get all his diesel at like Sam's Club and Walmart. Like seriously, sleeper truck and all, pulled his ass to a Walmart and a Sam's Club on the outer pump, and he's like, dude, no discount required. They're always the cheapest.
Hey, he shows up on a Saturday, you go in and get free samples for all the food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Free lunch.
So what's who having for dinner? Nisrine, what are you having for dinner? Oh, she said, what are we?
Station. I'm getting hungry. I'm like, I wish I was at a Buc-ee's right now. I'm getting a brisket sandwich.
I love Buc-ee's.
Dude,
Buc-ee's is my favorite.
I hate Buc-ee's now. Buc-ee was awesome until they started, just like Whataburger. It was great until they started pandering to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk shit about my Whataburger?
Because I don't want to take y'all with me. No offense. See ya.
Buc-ee's has the best brisket.
Yeah, this is a family show. I don't know. Hey, and first off, JB, let me say, dude, I can talk about Whataburger because I'm born and raised in Texas. I've been to the original Whataburger, and it was amazing until A, they sold it off to a Yankee company in Chicago who does not appreciate the way that we do things down here in Texas, and B, once they started expanding past Louisiana and Oklahoma. And I will say that the quality has gone downhill ever since they sold out to that Yankee company. Dude, it was such a big deal. It was such a big deal that J.J. Watt launched a petition online for the Whataburger family to not sell to this company in Chicago. Like, that's how big of a deal this was.
Yeah, for somebody that doesn't get Whataburger as much as I used to, I highly disagree with your opinion there. Every time I go get Whataburger somewhere else, I usually stop a lot down in Florida off of 10. There's a small diesel stop that's got a Whataburger right across from it. And to me, like, everyone disses Whataburger about how it's not that great, but it's the most consistent burger, in my opinion, in America.
No, it is.
It tastes the same no matter if I haven't eaten it for 5 years or 2 weeks ago. It's the same burger.
JB, don't get me wrong. I mean, it may sound like I hate them, but bro, Whataburger's still number one. Like, I agree with you 1,000%. They have, as far as it comes to fast food burgers, Whataburger has the best damn burger. Like they do. It is just something about a Whataburger, and they're so huge, man. They're fucking huge.
What the burger?
And their breakfast
they're
is
always
good, too.
made fresh.
Yeah, and their breakfast is good too. How rare is that, dude? The only other place that has on point breakfast and on point lunch is Jack in the Box.
Oh, I never had breakfast at Jack in the Box.
Dude, I will. We got a Jack in the Box up the street, man. My wife, she'll wake up, she'll be like, "Babe, I want a breakfast Jack." So I gotta drive up to the thing. But Whataburger stuff is on freaking point, man.
The Jack in the
Now, love me
Box.
some
Jack in the
taquitos.
Box is garbage, dude.
It's
I will
straight
not eat
garbage.
Jack in the Box.
Look, I'm gonna open my door right now while driving, so you can see my thumbs down on
No,
Jack in the Box.
I don't really eat their lunch. I really just like their breakfast, man. Like seriously, dude. They just I don't know. They have a really good breakfast. My new spot. I don't know if y'all have it up there, Nisrine, is Laredo Taco Company.
No.
Bro, that's all over
Amen.
the place. That's gas station food, man.
Bro, no,
Love
hey, you think so? Y'all have Laredo Taco Company outside of Texas?
I
It's
know.
in Nashville,
There's
bro.
one,
They're in
there's
the
one outside
Exxons.
Richmond, Virginia.
Really?
Yes, at a
Yeah, we got a
7-Eleven of
few
all
here.
places.
It is. No, that's so Laredo Taco Company actually started in Laredo. I again have been to the original thing because I worked for McLean and we used to deliver to Stripes, and Stripes was the original place that Laredo Taco Company started putting their stuff in. But
Pop
dude,
quiz.
their stuff is good. Even now, I like it. But the reason they're in 7-Eleven is because 7-Eleven bought out Stripes. And so when they bought out Stripes, they took the contract over for Laredo Taco Company. But it may be bad in some places, but it actually did start in Laredo, man. And dude, for the longest time, you could only find it in South Texas, dude. I love the Laredo Taco Company.
I have a pop
I
quiz
mean-
for you. What
Yeah.
was Stripes called before it was Stripes?
That I don't know.
It
bro.
was chewing gum. Stripes chewing gum. The
No.
best 5 seconds flavor sensation you'll get, and then it's just rubber.
So
What was it,
Stripes
baby?
used to be called Town and Country. And then it got bought out and was renamed Stripes.
Dude,
That's how far back I go with Stripes.
were they outside of Texas too? Because the only place I know of Stripes, bro, was in Texas.
Right. So I'm originally from Midland, Texas. So
Oh,
we had
word.
Town and Countries all over the West Texas area.
Dude, I don't know
So
how
we
to
have
know
Laredo
that.
taco companies and stuff out there. So
Bro, so man, Laredo Taco Company used to they're the shit, man. They really are.
I used to get breakfast there and lunch every morning back when I worked in the oil field. It was
Bro,
wake up, I went straight there and got my food for the day. That's all I ate for most of the time.
Remember when they used to do those rotisserie chickens, yo?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
those
have
shits were
rotisserie
good,
chickens, man.
bro. It was
They
a
live
taco.
off rotisserie
It was.
chickens, dude.
It was a taco company, and they used to do rotisserie chickens for lunch.
I bet
and
that
we-
was slapping.
Oh,
With like
That'd be
peppers
so
and
good.
onions and stuff with it. It's so good.
Yeah, dude.
Get some tortillas on the side, a little queso, get a little fajita mix going right there.
See, there she goes. That's what I'm saying.
That sounds like Kat, I'm just gonna say that sounds like a long day on Mr. Porcelain.
You're gonna be up early.
Ooh,
She is. No, she actually is up early. She has to be to work at like 6 or 7 a.m. Eastern time. So she's up all the time, man. That's dude. I love, man. Damn, that's crazy, dude, that you grew up in Midland. I didn't even know that, JB. That's nuts.
Yeah. That's where I was born and raised.
Nisrine, are
Texas
you
people out here?
hey, bro, hey, y'all, they don't understand about Texas.
The United State of Texas. Go
That's
on and
what-
secede so we don't have to deal with y'all anymore.
just like that thing I posted, I don't know, it was like a week ago or something, but it was the day that Texas joined the Union, and it was a meme, and it said, on this day in whatever year, Texas allowed the United States to join it. Like dude, that's how we feel here, bro. Like with us, it's like, man, like the United States is like our groupie. You know what I mean? It's like our groupie.
We allowed them to hang out with us.
would do. Hey, you go to any other state, man, and they go to California. People love being from California. Do they have California shaped waffles?
They
No,
don't.
they do not.
Such a
No,
lie.
they do not.
That's such a lie. Everybody's leaving California. And the
Go to-
only people that aren't
hey,
can't
New
afford
York.
to
Yeah,
leave.
everybody's leaving California. That's
Go
right.
to, go to New York. Go to New York. Do they have New York shaped waffles? Like, like I'm telling you, like, do they have New York shaped anything? You come to this state, you can find anything shaped in the state of Texas.
Also,
Yes, yes.
I ain't got nothing to do with New York.
The
Honey
sheer
buns,
arrogance of
all kinds of
Texans, I
stuff.
swear to God.
You're right, Nisrine. I think you told me when we were on the phone, but I can't remember. Were you born and raised in Texas?
No, I was raised in Texas, 100%. I was born originally in Lebanon. I'm Lebanese, born in Beirut, and then we left Lebanon when I was 7 years old. Moved to France because of the civil war there, and my mom hated the French. Even though we spoke French, she's like, "Get me out of this place." So we left France. We were there. We finished school up that year, and we left France as fast as my mom could get us on a plane, and we came to Texas. We had family here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so we came to Texas and never left. So
That's because Texas is a place to be. Nisrine, how many languages do you speak?
speak 2 languages. I used to speak 3. I was fluent in French too, but then when we moved here, my mom hated the French so much we stopped speaking French.
I asked that because everyone who wasn't born in the United States that comes to the United States is, obviously, but usually they know like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 languages. I met a guy one time from Africa and he knew like 12 languages. It was ridiculous, like just nuts. And he knew like French, Russian, English, his native tongue, and then like it was like, God dang, bro, where do you find the time to know this stuff, man?
Well, dude, we're here in America. You got to speak American. That's been the basis.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
Everybody else, they're like, hey, I want to learn another language.
Well, the
Shit,
thing
I wish
about
I knew
English is
some-
no matter where you go, everybody speaks English. You go to Europe, everybody speaks English. You go to the Far East, everybody speaks English. You may, in the outskirts of some cities, they probably don't speak, they may not speak English, but the majority, you can get away with just speaking English really anywhere you go. So.
No,
Yeah,
hey,
but then you're just the dumb American, and then you hear them just over there chit
No, we're
chatting.
not dumb, we're
I know they're dogging on here.
we got to be honest. We got to be honest. The thing is Americans are uncultured. That's what it is. We think everything starts and ends with America, and the rest of the world, like they do, 100%. Man. I'm telling you, people from other countries, they do, man. Except for like maybe Great Britain and other like primary English-speaking nations. Dude, speak multiple languages, man. I mean, hey, when the military would get deployed overseas, man, you would get folks that would speak 6, 7, 8, 9 different versions of Arabic and Persian, like, and that was just every day to them. Whoa. Like they didn't go to school; they just like spoke all those languages, man.
Yeah. Well, I think it starts off with like schooling. I think there's really nothing wrong with learning another language. So I think if we impose that into schools, as children being super young, learning another language, I think it's super important. It just makes you more worldly. Like my children took Mandarin until they were in 6th grade, so they could speak. Even though but it was kind of cool. We went to a couple of Chinese restaurants and they could speak Mandarin, and the waitresses were like, "Wow, these like white kids speak Mandarin." Now once they got to junior high, they went to Spanish, but they speak Spanish fluently. And the sad thing is, I never taught them Arabic because I was like, "Oh, you're really never going to speak it." But sometimes they try to, understand. I speak it with my parents, but that's about it.
See, so what I'm hearing is you're able to say things about your kids that they don't understand, and your kids are able to say things about you that you don't understand.
Very confusing. Hey, but sometimes I speak in English and they still don't understand. Explain that one.
I know that feeling.
I'm sure about that one. Sometimes I'm like, do y'all have hearing issues?
No, you know what it is that we just don't speak their version of English. That's what it is. We actually speak with full words. You know what I mean? Like everything is abbreviated with them. It's sus and all this other stuff. It's like, dude, like just add one more syllable and you can do the word. Okay, like it's not that hard. One more syllable.
What's interesting about that language barrier is, you know, people from other countries learn English, and they come over here and they do the best they can to speak it, even though you may not understand them fully. I remember watching, whether you love them or hate them, Michael Moore's documentary, Where to Invade Next, interviewed a girl from like Turkey or Istanbul or somewhere, and she goes, when you Americans come over here, you know nothing about our culture. You don't study it. You don't try to learn the language. You just come over here and be a tourist. Where we learn about American culture. We learn how to speak English. We learn about your ways. Like, why can't you do the same when you go to other countries instead of just being arrogant? I thought it was pretty interesting.
It is.
Well, I look at it like this way, man. Like, how often are Americans getting around people that don't speak English? You know, it's like I've taken Spanish in elementary school, in high school, in middle school, in college. But like the only time it really stuck with me is like, you know, like in high school, I went to Mexico a few times, and like I would use that, and it was fun. Or like my dad lives in Costa Rica, so before I went down there, I started picking back up on it, and it gets easier, you know, like when you're communicating and actually, you know, kind of learning the slang and how things roll. And it's like, oh no, you don't have to say all this, like just say this, and it makes more sense. But you know, if you're not actively using it, it's like any kind of skill, you know, if you're not exercising it every single day, it kind of falls off the wayside, you know. And say, yeah, I'm going to Turkey or Istanbul, I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm probably going to mispronunciate every single word. I might look up the culture. Like if I'm making a trip like that, you know, like there's a reason I'm trying to go out there. Like I want to go to Germany. I have very deep Germanic like family lineage, and I want to see all the castles and everything. And I mean, it's a dirty language, I guess, to most people. Like it's funny, but you know, I care about the culture. But how often am I going to be speaking German? You know, it's difficult.
Absolutely too. And the thing is with that, the thing about that, I completely agree with that. With like Turkey and, you know, Greece, Italy, Europe, most of Europe, everything is so close together. You know, we're the U.S. we're on our own continent, tie into Canada and Mexico. So I can see like the border, the states speaking Spanish as you get closer to Mexico. So Spanish becomes a little bit more, you know, common. But, you know, when you're living in Europe, you fly an hour and now you're speaking French, and you fly another hour, you're speaking English, and then you're flying maybe 45 minutes and you're speaking Dutch. So maybe they learn more languages just because of the proximity of where they're at and like the geography of how close they are to other countries where we're not. You know, we're bordering Canada, so it's English or French in like the Quebec province, and then Mexico, you know, so it's Spanish. So yeah. But like Spanish is super common, but
yeah, Spanish is I can speak kind of, you know, I can hold a decent conversation in Spanish, but like I lived in Montreal for a few months, and oh my god, French is not easy. Like words do not make sense. I tried and tried, and like the French are just
Montreal
like
is one of my favorite places. I always tell everyone
the nicest assholes you'll ever meet. I love Montreal, but oh my god.
Yeah, I love Montreal. There's a couple of places in Canada I love. One was Montreal, and the other one was Vancouver. Vancouver's beautiful.
Yeah, I lived in LaSalle, and there was like true Frenchies up there, like because you know they hate the rest of Canada. They're like, no, just let us do our own thing. We want to do French ways, and I'll never forget there was one gas station we used to go to every morning to like get gas or Red Bulls or whatever, and this lady behind the counter refused to speak English to us, no matter what, except for one time where we didn't realize like you had to prepay for gas. Like we swiped our card. I forget what happened. And this lady came running out after, she's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And I was like, I knew you spoke English.
She said, so decline.
Mean, but yeah, like, I was like, yo, chill out. But, yeah, but it's fun, though.
Kat said she's canceling you, Hunter, for you being mean to her.
Fine.
He said, you heard him, fine. He doesn't.
Fine. I don't care.
If he posts on his Twitter, he doesn't use it anyway.
Yeah. Good luck finding me.
You can put it on the Logistics Lounge Twitter. We'll just untag ourselves and delete it.
I'll report you.
That's why we'll report you as a spammer. That's what we'll do. Oh my God. So anyway, I actually have been, I'm 39 years old. I've lived in Texas my whole life. And I never got a chance to learn Spanish in school because I was a very, very bad boy and got kicked out of our school district in the 7th grade. But I've been thinking about what I want to learn Spanish. You know, it's like, it's a fairly easy second language to learn. And two, you know, it makes complete sense down here. But three, with someone, since I have a brain injury, I have read that a good way to help with people to help with brain injury and to even to just expand your mind, period, is to learn a new language. That there's something about learning a new language. It opens up a different part of your brain or whatever. And so, but yeah, I want to learn one, man. I just haven't decided whether I want to use like Babbel. Funny enough, I follow two ladies on TikTok. One of them, she teaches Chinese live. And so far, I can say I love you, thank you, fuck you, and a couple other things in Chinese. But I follow this other lady. She teaches Spanish, and she does it in a way that's really funny. She puts all these words together that in Spanish are extremely similar. So it sounds like she's saying like the same word over and over again, but it's really a complete sentence. But yeah, I don't know if I want to use Babbel or Rosetta Stone. So I don't know.
I need to use this app. It's called Duolingo.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like this. It's cool, man. It's cool. It like breaks through the sentences and then like you just choose the word. I don't know. It's like very interactive. So it's not like
You could just use Google Translate.
Yeah.
Google
No,
Translate.
I really want to learn. I mean, Nisrine, you live here in Texas, you know, like, I mean, seriously.
Indy gets it. Duolingo's the best, man.
It just be cool. And I'll tell you something else that why I want to learn it is I've seen videos online of like people from America. They go to like Japan or China or something, and these people are talking and they're like talking shit about this guy, and he just spits back in their own language, or this girl spits back in their own language, and they're like, holy shit, just put my foot in my mouth. Like, that's another thing. Like, you know, I want to know if you're talking about me, man. But yeah, it's, I don't know, something I do want to do is learn a language, because I know
Do it.
There are Americans, we're just uncultured and stuff, man.
I'll be watching the podcast to see if you start throwing out some Spanish.
I know. I mean, I know.
Dude, we can make that a little segment. We'll practice our Spanish.
I know. Hey, I know landscape Spanish. You know what I mean? Sacate. You know, that's
old Indy trucker. Some Spanish. I feel like he's cheating a little bit here, but he's trying.
Yeah. Hey, coincidentally, Chris, my dad speaks fluent French. He was raised in Norfolk, Virginia. And up there, the main thing for some reason they learn, I guess, is French because it's close to Canada. Not really, but either way, my dad speaks fluent French, and he always jokes about it. He said, you know, I learned French because I thought I was going to live in the Northeast or Canada or something like that. He's like, and then somehow I made it down to Texas where French is completely useless.
Yeah, absolutely. My son wanted to take French when he got to junior high. I said, absolutely not. I was like, you're going into Spanish.
Yeah.
How would you learn French in Texas? That's how I forgot my French. I can get away with just like barely understanding some stuff, you know, reading and stuff, but you're never going to use it in Texas. So
you aren't. Hey, here where I live at a military base in Texas, or next to a military base. The two things that you would want to learn here would be, I couldn't even say two, but would be Spanish and Oriental. And when I say that, I mean like Chinese, we got Korean, we got Vietnamese, we got Thai, we got everybody. That'd be the two things you'd want to freaking learn here if you want to get yourself around.
Oriental.
Asian Orient, I don't know. Asian Orient, like I don't know. What do you say? I don't know for that.
Would be Vietnamese, Mandarin, Thai.
Yeah. Mandarin, they say, is like the
hardest.
It's like
it is.
What's the hardest? But it's like if you know how to speak Mandarin, dude, you can do a lot of stuff. People will seek you out.
Yeah, for translations and stuff, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I have a buddy that's like he's fluent
in Mandarin. a minor in Mandarin with a business degree from Harvard or somewhere. You got it, mate.
Asian is the PC term. There you go.
What Asian?
The proper nomenclature for you, Rob.
Hey, I don't know, bro. I mean, I was trying to wrap everything.
Hey, you're trying.
Trying to wrap everything into one. I don't fucking know, man. It's whatever it is. JB, are you asleep?
He's got the red light
rolling.
special going on right now. He's
The
trying to
red
make him some
Dude.
money.
We need to find a royalty-free version of TLC's Red Light Special. So every time JB comes on, we can play that song for him as his intro video. Because you're right.
What
That's
song?
all-
I'm just
He needs
trying to get
another-
away from these crazy
Yeah.
people.
TLC Red Light Special. You don't know that song?
I don't know. Play it. Pull it up.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. We may not
A
get.
little,
we may get
little.
it is.
Hey, we
it
can't.
is-
It's on YouTube. That's not our own content, man. That's a song.
Yeah. See, it is.
That's why we have the viewer discretion advised.
Yeah. No, I'm not even gonna risk it. Not even gonna risk it. It is. It's an ultra R&B song. Anyhow, I'm about tapped out, ladies and gents. I'm ready to go find me some food to shove in my
Dinner.
mouth and finish drinking my beer. I think I got two beers left. Don't take my. Would you stop? There's a good way to. Man, telling you what, brother. Hey, Hunter, what is the thing that I told you never to absolutely do in your life?
Oh, don't get married, dude.
I'm telling you,
I've been told that since I was a kid. Never get married. Get dogs.
don't get married.
Get dogs.
Oh man.
He
All
looks happy. He looks happy, so he's good.
My wife and I have been together since high school. We had our first son in high school, and we've been together. What am I? 30. I'm 20. 39. We've been together 22 years. So yeah.
Damn.
I've tried to get rid of her several times. She
It's
just
not
never.
happening. Y'all are going to be together.
I know. I'm getting Nof Middle Eastern food here at the Low. It's probably better than.
Yikes.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
You're going to spend your morning on King Porcelain. That's what you're going to do. Oh, Lord have mercy. Nisrine, or does anyone have anything they want to add, a topic they want to touch on? If not, then we can just have I say a short show, but everyone here understands that we're only at an hour and 50 minutes, and that's quite short for a Logistics Lounge Friday show. Does anyone have anything they want to say?
No,
I'm pretty
other
caught
than
up,
Get rid of your wife. I know a guy.
I could never do that, even though I am a fully functioning male member of society. My wife takes such good care of me and my sons. There is can't be where that's true. Chris came for us to talk about. I would be lost without, bro. Any man that is married would tell you, A, don't get married. B, if you do, you can never be unmarried because you'll never be able to fucking survive.
100%.
They do. Women. Hey, I saw a thing one time, man, before we end. It was the thing that, like, if you ever notice married men, majority of them, they start out all skinny or slim, and they may be fit or whatever. And then as they glide through their life, they start getting heavier and heavier. And the thing behind that is the wives feed them so they can't run away and get away from them.
So if you see a skinny married man, she's trying to get rid of him.
Yes, there you go. There you go. This ring.
Like, I'm not feeding you.
Funny. Oh, it's so funny. JB, do you have anything you would like to say or touch on before we exit the show?
No, not tonight. Just be safe out there and, keep it between the lines.
100%. JB, we always appreciate you being on the show. And, man, hey, keep the shiny side up, driver.
Oh, yeah, always.
Nisrine, do you have any closing comments? Anything else that you would like to bring up before we exit the show?
No, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for reaching out to me and inviting me to do this. It was a pleasure being on Logistics Lounge, and I look forward to seeing you guys in person sometime.
Yes.
February.
Like I said, I mean, we come to DFW fairly often. My father-in-law stuff live up there, but for sure at the end of February, beginning of March, I'm going to come up there so we can record some content with the guy who wants to come on the show. So I will 1,000% make sure that we hook up and, like I said, have breakfast, dinner, lunch, whatever it may be. Yeah. Hey, no, you know what? We'll have that cocktail that you can bring tonight.
Let's do drinks. That sounds like more fun.
That cocktail you didn't bring tonight. Hunter, Broski, Brocephus, Bromigo, Teddy Roosevelt, Roller Coaster. Do you have anything that you want to add before we leave?
Yeah, Nisrine, thank you so much for being on the show. That's very cool what you're doing. I've always heard household goods, we can't touch it. But it's cool to see what's going on out there. Sounds like a good niche to explore at some point in the life cycle of logistics. So keep on rocking. Women in logistics, number one for sure. But everybody watching, JB, good to have you on. Indy, whatever the hell you're doing out there, thanks for popping on as always. But yeah, good Friday. Pedro, you're on mute.
Sorry, bro. I was trying to hear. Chris, I don't know what that has to do with anything. Quit drinking on the job. Walmart just sit there. I think Chris is behind too. Maybe I think he's behind. I don't know. All right. Before we chop this piece out, we obviously have to show some final love to our sponsors. Lane Runner. They've been here. Y'all done heard us talking about them. They dropped that platform at the beginning of January. Hey, they're trying to get some real data out there. They're trying to change the freight rate game, bring forth some transparency to this thing and really just make the tools that we use to rate our freight a lot better, get away from the 3-letter monsters.
Welcome to the future of trucking with Lane Runner. Up-to-the-minute, trustworthy spot market freight rates. Experience real-time, full truckload spot market rates at your fingertips. Stay ahead with our advanced rate alert system, ensuring you never miss a market move. Gain insights with our detailed high and low paying lane reports. Make informed decisions with comprehensive market reports tailored for your business needs. Lane Runner, accurate, real-time spot market freight rates at your fingertips. Efficiency, reliability, and profitability all in one platform. Join Lane Runner today and take your logistics to the next level. Spot market, spot on.
Something else that you can rely on is Shoreline Capital to make sure that you get paid on time. You're running those loads, whether you're a carrier, whether you're a driver or a carrier driver, whether you're a carrier, whether you're a broker, maybe you're a shipper, you need to get those invoices taken care of. Can't wait to collect that money. Send them on over to Shoreline Capital. They're going to take care of you. Make sure you tell them that you heard about it in the Logistics Lounge. All righty, Spidey. That does it for this Friday episode of the Logistics Lounge. Nisrine, we so appreciate you dedicating some of your time to us, and we hope that you get to that cocktail as fast as you can. All right. Mr. Hunter, do you want to roll that? Oh, wait, hold on. Before we go, we have one more comment. Chris, hey, brother, we always appreciate you being on. You're welcome anytime. Hunter and I definitely need to come on your podcast, your show as well, once y'all get things smoothed out and get your flow going down. So, Hunter, would you please roll that beautiful bean footage?